This week in Jamaica Now, Brexit, the pound plunges and the British Prime Minister resigns as the fallout begins over Britain's decision to leave the European Union. We'll tell you what that development means for Jamaica and relate the fears of one former UK Deputy Finance Minister. Recording artist Delus reportedly commits suicide at his St. Andrew home. One man arrested in connection with the murder of 2 US missionaries. The hunt is on for another. 4 more die in another St. Anne crash. And early morning anti-corruption raid and seizures at the Manchester Parish Council. The details of these and other stories coming up after the break.
Wherever in the world we are, Jamaica is with us. In our hearts, in the way we talk, in the way we walk. In the cleanup. Access Jamaican news anytime, anywhere on your smartphone, tablet or computer. Stay on top of what I want by reading today. Stay informed with your #1 Jamaican news source, The Cleanup. Become a digital subscriber today at www.jamaica-gleaner.com. Anytime, anywhere.
I'm Damian Mitchell and this is Jamaica Now. On the morning after Britain voted in a historic referendum to leave the European Union, British Prime Minister David Cameron announced on Friday that he will be stepping down by October.
I think the country requires fresh leadership to take it in this direction. I will do everything I can as Prime Minister to steady the ship over the coming weeks and months. But I do not think it would be right for me to try to be the captain that steers our country to its next destination.
And as news of the Brexit vote spread across the world, the value of the pound plunged to a 31-year low. Meanwhile, one former Deputy Finance Minister in the UK says Britain's exit could trigger another global recession. In Jamaica, the Foreign Affairs Minister Kamina Johnson-Smith says Brexit will have significant implications for Jamaica-UK relations and possibly for Jamaica-EU relations. The minister did not reveal the exact implications, but said she will continue to monitor the related political developments in the UK, with which Jamaica has had a strong historical bond and friendship. Meanwhile, a former Foreign Affairs Minister under the JLP government, Ozzie Hardin, says Jamaica should consider a referendum to decide the future in CARICOM.
So before we take an anti-CARICOM or a pro-CARICOM, maybe we really ought to consult the people. We've had problems with CARICOM. I think we need to look at the whole trading situation, and then we can decide whether we need strengthening to strengthen it, or whether in fact this is a glorious idea whose time has come and passed.
But Katie Knight, a former Foreign Affairs Minister under the PNP, says no.
I think what we need to do is to ensure that we look at how CARICOM has worked and where we have had some difficulties through diplomacy. We deal with those difficulties.
The Jamaican police have arrested and charged Port Maria resident Andre Thomas with the St. Mary murders of 2 American missionaries in May. The police say the hunt is on for a second suspect, Dwight Henry, otherwise called Dougie, for a crime the police say was motivated by robbery. There was shock in the entertainment industry this week following news that 35-year-old recording artist Delus committed suicide at his Havendale St. Andrew home on Wednesday. Delus, whose real name was Delmark Spence, had earlier sent a video to his girlfriend showing him holding a gun to his head. He was the older brother of dancehall artist Conscience. Traffic police were again on the roads in St. Anne this week following another terrible crash involving a car and a truck on the Lawlands Main Road that left 4 employees of the Grand Bahia Principe Hotel dead. The incident happened just weeks after 5 people were killed in a bus crash some 400 meters away from the site of this week's crash. The police are yet to say whether there will be any criminal charges following an altercation between a parent of the St. Andrew High School for Girls and a tutor that left both of them in hospital. The tutor reportedly stabbed the parent during an altercation following a function at the school. The parent then pulled his firearm and fired a shot, injuring the tutor. Law enforcement authorities on Friday morning raided the Manchester Parish Council among premises in Manchester and Clarendon in a major anti-corruption operation. Several documents and electronic devices were seized in the raid, which included the Financial Investigation Division, the Office of the Contractor General, and the Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency. And that's it for this edition of Jamaica Now, your weekly review of the big news stories. Send us your comments at onlinefeedback@gleanerjm.com. You may tune in to Power 106 FM for regular updates. Follow us on Twitter at Jamaica Gleaner and on Facebook at Gleaner Jamaica. I'm Damian Mitchell, and before we go, Prime Minister Andrew Holness this week used the Gleaner's My Report platform to clarify his earlier comment on making Spanish Jamaica's official second language.
I agree that we need to spend more time and resources in ensuring that our students, especially at the secondary level, do well at the English language. And I think it is absolutely important that we master the English language as well as another language. Not to say that Spanish should become the official language or one of our official languages, but that Jamaicans can articulate in a foreign language. So we want our students to be taught and to learn Spanish in schools, but not necessarily that it becomes an official language such that all our official documents would have to be in Spanish, which is the case, for example, in Canada, where they have two official languages, French and English.